Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kritika Mathur and I am an astrologer, numerologist, Vastu consultant and life coach. So today in this video we are going to talk about the transit of Mars in the sign of Virgo. So in the sign of Virgo, we are going to see that what are the general feelings that people are going to have in this particular point of time, and we will see how the world predictions turn out to be. Then we are going to go to the ascendant wise prediction. As per your ascendant, you can watch that. If you do not know what's your ascendant, you can go down below in the comment section. You can mention what is your place, time, date of birth and full name, and then I will get back to you mentioning what is your ascendant, and you can watch the video as per that. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, you can go down below and subscribe to my channel. And if you need any consultations from my end, whether it's for Vastu, numerology, astrology, or for life coaching sessions or motivation sessions, then we can book our appointment. All the details will be mentioned down below here. I'm available on email, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook requests. Let's get started. Today in this video, let's talk about Mars in the sign of Virgo. Now, Mars has already moved to the sign of Virgo and it will be there from 5th of September until 21st of October, and that is pretty long of a transit. So the general factors what we will see in this time and how people will react to the situations is, first, people are going to be very goal oriented. They will focus and they will be very dedicated towards whatever they are doing. Secondly, they will be thriving towards perfection. Thirdly, they will be very much into health regimes, which means that you may join a new gym, or you can join a fitness center, or you can control on your diet, you can improve your nutrition and eating healthy. Thirdly, we can observe that people will be into very helping mode, they will be very compassionate. On a worldwide though, what we will notice is that since Mars is in the sign of Virgo, it's conjunct with Mercury. Saturn is looking at the sign of Pisces, along with Ketu looking at Pisces, Mars and Mercury looking at sign of Pisces, Rahu putting impact on Mars, and Mercury conjunction the sign of Virgo. For a time being, Jupiter will also move to the sign of Capricorn from the 14th of September, and it is going to look at the sign of Virgo, that is the sign of Mercury. So all these combinations, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Ketu from the sign of Scorpio, and Saturn from the sign of Capricorn, are all hampering the sign of Pisces. What we will notice here as the worldly effect is that, first of all, we can expect some riots, violence in terms of sports, terror. People will be terrified, they will be in fear, and people will be facing a threat to humanity. We can also expect epidemics, we can expect pandemics, especially health pandemics, since these signs are affecting the sign of Pisces, which is the 12th house of health and diseases as well. Also, we can see that people will be very active during this time, physically into sports. A temple, mosque, gurdwara, church, or any holy or religious place can be facing destruction. Navy industries and machinery industries will be negatively impacted. The spies, detective agencies, agencies which are secret agencies, these will be very active during this time. So all in all, we can expect terror, violence, earthquakes also, and we can expect pandemics. We can expect some secret agencies getting active, navy industries getting negatively impacted. We can see the COVID cases increasing during this time, and third wave can be expected. If you haven't watched that video, you can watch it over here and you will know all the details happening. But during this time, especially with Mars, Mercury, usually when Saturn, Ketu impact a certain place, even if Jupiter is there, we can expect pandemics and lot of expense over gadgets, machineries, armed forces, because armed forces will be very active during this time. Expenses over travel, as the air tickets will be selling at exorbitant pricing. So all of these things we can expect during this time on a worldly affair. Now coming to the ascendant wise predictions, starting from the ascendant of Aries. For the Aries ascendant people, the transit is happening in your 6th house. You will be very active, you will be into sports, highly competitive. If you are facing any health related diseases or illnesses, you will be able to combat them. For the student natives, you can go for competitive exams. It's a very prospective time. Drive very carefully because you can get rash on the roads. You can get into any litigation issues also. Coming to Taurus ascendants. For Taurus ascendants, the transit is going to be in the sign of in your 5th house. So for you, the major things which we can see is that there can be agitation, irritation, there can be some fights with your children. You can even get violent on your children. Then love life is very activated. You will spend a lot on your loved ones, especially in your love relationship. If you are into any love relationship, if you are married, then you can face some arguments in your married life. Also, you will be highly active, you will be into sports, energetic, working on your health through health regimes and better exercise and nutrition. Coming to Gemini. For Gemini ascendants, the transit is going to happen in your 4th house. So something to do with the property, whether buying of property or selling of property is on the cards. There can be expenses which can be expected. Home quarrels are expected. Take care of your mother's health. If you are planning to shift anywhere, even if you are planning to move abroad, it's a great time for you to do so. Coming to Cancer. For Cancer natives, the transit is going to be in your 3rd house. You will be very bold, very vocal, especially at work. You can get into verbal fights because of your tonality of voice and the anger that can be seen and the aggression that can be seen in your voice. Apart from that, we can expect some expenses, some quarrels with your siblings, with the roommates, with the people that you stay and the people that you see in your day-to-day life. We can also see that some kind of major event can happen in your siblings' life. Coming to Leo. For Leo ascendant, the transit is going to be in your 2nd house. There can be some transformation in your finances. You can get very, very vocal and very bold, and the tonality of your voice can get a little bit aggressive, which can lead to family quarrels. It is a time when you will also save a lot. So financially things are looking good for you, and you have to take care of dental and nervous related problems. Coming to the next ascendant, which is Virgo. For Virgo ascendant, the house activators is your very 1st house because the transit is happening in your 1st house. You'll be very bold, very active, physically into sports, physically into putting effort into whichever field that you want to get into. You will definitely do something to improve your health, body, physique, and you will have this tendency to build in some muscles during this time as well. You will also be very competitive at your workplace. Before the 15th of September, you have to take care of your relationship with your spouse. It can get a little bit messy over there. Drive carefully. Coming to Librans. For Libra ascendant people, the transit is going to be in your 12th house. We can expect expenses because of your husband or wife, that is spouse in general. You can also expect some expenses because of travel, and you can also expect some sleep deprivation during this whole transit. So take care of yourself. Coming to Scorpio. For Scorpio natives, the transit is going to be there in your 11th house. very competitive at your workplace, and you will be very vocal, very bold at your workplace as well. If you're into any work which is related to research or which is related to IT industry, it's great for you. And we can also see some development happening with your colleagues. Wealth wise, amazing transit. It will help you to not only gain wealth from multiple sources, but also to save your assets, to save the wealth that you have. It is kind of accumulating of your assets can be seen during this time. Coming to Sagittarius. For Sagittarius ascendants, the transit is going to be in your 10th house. Some definite change happening at your workplace. We can see promotions happening depending on your personal horoscope. If you're a student native, you can start your first job or first internship during this time, which is great. We can also see finances rising for you. So all in all, this transit is very healthy for you. Coming to the next ascendant, which is Capricorn. For Capricorn, the transit is there in your 9th house. You'll be very obstinate, very stubborn about whatever your belief systems are. But you will also want to know about foreign culture. You might get engaged with foreign colleagues, working with foreign natives. Through some way or the other, you will be interacting with foreign people. Maybe you want to learn a new language, foreign language also. With your father's health can be negatively impacted, so take care of that. We can also see some change in house, maybe shifting of house, something fixing at house, some new thing happening at house. So that seems a little bit better for you. Coming to Aquarius. For Aquarius ascendants, the transit is there in your 8th house. You'll be very active physically. Sexually, you will be highly driven during this time. Some investments that you've done before can give you benefits during this time. And we can also see that if you're into research based lines or if you're into IT industry, then you will be highly benefited during this time. You'll be very suspicious of the people, suspicious of the companies. You will have this tendency to not trust people easily, and you will be a detective of your own. If you're a detective already, amazing time for you, but if you're not, then your inner detective and inner spy is waking up. Coming to Pisces. For Pisces ascendants, the transit is there in your 7th house. It is a good time for your career. It's a good time to incur some of the assets. You will be able to accumulate wealth and save the assets that you have. Your health has to be taken care of before 14th of September. You have to take care of relationship with your spouse as well. Other than that, all in all, it's a good transit. You have to be driving carefully. You have to take a control of your anger, especially the first half of this month, especially up till the 14th of September, because the transit is going to be there up till 21st of October. So all in all, it is a good transit for you, and we can also see some chances for you to get married. So we finish all the ascendants, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to tap the bell in order to get regular notifications. Also, if you want a consultation from me, then all the details will be there in the description box and here on the screen. Thank you so much for watching, guys.